Chrislam is the one world religion that they're brainwashing everybody to follow.
It's a Christian and Islamic
It's
fusion?
a
Or what is it?
hybrid. It's a hybrid, and it has nothing to do with either one of them. It's a hybrid, and
And what's the point of it?
um, to get a hold of Jerusalem and put a British royal on the throne. All of this is about British royalty, and people don't want to hear it. They just can't. They'd rather blame, they'd rather talk about the Jews that the British royals put in the window to protect themselves. But, the whole Green Revolution is King Charles. Uh, Epstein Island is King Charles and Prince Albert. And they just want to find the Jew because that's how it works. It keeps the heat off the owners of the world.
So you're saying that there's a Christian and Islamic fusion. Now, 'cause usually the Christian and Jews are kind of lockstep in protecting Jerusalem. It goes back to the Crusades because they know Islam will destroy all of those temples because they hate both religions.
Yeah.
And Jews and Christians have always been together, which we always have, and we're great, and everything's happy. But in the last few years, there's been a sinister turn to push the Jews out, and it does seem like there's a Christian and Islamic influence, especially if you read Candace or Jake Shields are like, Islamists, they're great, they love Jesus.
It's called Chrislam, the one world religion that they're going to force that down our fucking throats. It's a beast system. And,
what is it?
Huh?
Can you tell me, because this is a thing that why I always help you, because you know all this stuff. You got to educate your audience. What is Chrislam? Is it, when you say it comes from the royal family, this is Agenda UN 3030 or whatever you're talking about?
UN Agenda 30.
So what is that?
The one world government, the one world alliance, the whole bankers locking down everything, MI6, which they always say Mossad. Well, Mossad works for MI6.
Even Alex Jones admits that.
No, because I got on Alex Jones.
Yeah, well, he knows it's true.
Well, we're not. He knows it's true once they hear it and stop trying to deny it. But Satan wants us to deny what's true. Satan doesn't want us to see what's right in front of our face.
But what is
about deception?
Before you go off, I really need you to explain clearly and succinctly what Chrislam is, because I don't know.
It's neither Christianity nor Islam. It's a hybrid of both, and it ends in jihadi crusade against the Jews. That's what it's about. And it is a Jesuit invention. And everybody should read the Jesuit Oath, which they keep really hidden. But the Jesuit Oath, written by Loyola, who was a forcibly converted Jew to Catholicism. Everybody should read that, because once a Jew converts, the only way they can prove their loyalty to the satanic elites that control this world, the only way they can prove their loyalty to them is to turn in their own people. And it's the same with every other minority group. The black leadership has to turn in the blacks for money to put in their pockets. So do the Hispanics, so do the women. It's like to protect the status quo.
So is the plan for Chrislam to sort of oust Judaism from Jerusalem so that Islam and Christianity can share the holy sites of Jerusalem, or is it far more sinister than that? Just that
that's part of it. That's part of it. That's why they created Transjordan. Where they always talk about the Balfour Declaration, because they're so stupid, like Dave Smith, who I'm sure his mother hated Jews, or his father did. One of them hated Jews, and he's internalized it. But that's the trick. That's the rich man's trick. Anti-Semitism is the rich man's trick, because it always ends in the destruction of Christian democracies.
So
and
why would
Christian democracies, as long as they're nice to the Jews?
Yeah, and they usually are.
They usually are.
So why
they start getting all Nazified, which is always a danger. And that's
Well,
what's happening in America.
why would someone like, assuming Candace Owens is part of this, or forget her, just there's definitely Islamic Christian fusion happening online. They all talk about how horrible Jews are. Jews think Jesus is boiling in shit, and Islam loves Jesus, even though Islam is killing Christians all over the planet. And they make this argument daily. There definitely seems to be this Islamic Christian fusion online, at least. It does definitely not feel natural at all. It feels
No, it's
completely.
not natural. It's all this bullshit they fed us about. It's going to come out to that the English royals will say that they're the true Jews, and they'll
They're already doing that.
occupy Judaism. They'll occupy uh, all Jewish holy sites in our homeland, Judea, where we come from. They're trying to write out that history too. They're joining together to destroy Jewish memory, Jewish history, Jewish archaeology in the Levant, the proof that Jews were there, the proof that Balfour was about the Levant, and in the division between Israel, the division of the Levant, they gave most of the land to the Arabs. It's all a lie, and they just continue it, and they're getting so much power with their Israel is the occupier. Jews are the occupier of Judea. Think about that.
No, we know it's bullshit, but why are they doing
That's
this?
like going to the, American tribes that are on reservations and saying, you're occupying this land. It's exactly that. But that is what is called Chrislam and corporatocracy and maritime law. It's about corporatocracy, corporate law over tribal rights. They want to remove all tribal rights because they want to steal
Anyway,
the
you're frozen
oil.
again.
Am I frozen? Yeah, corporate law, corporatocracy, UN law, UN Agenda 30, where they can steal the oil out from under the tribal people who live on their tribal burial grounds. It's all about Standard Oil, and that's what the British Crown is about, and nothing else. Stealing oil out from under the people.
Oh, you see, my patience is growing thin.